The views, information, and opinions expressed during the following program are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent the views of Access Communications, its representatives, or its employees.
November 13th is Civic Election Day, and residents of the City of Regina have the responsibility to choose the candidates who will best serve our community. All eligible voters may vote for mayor, ward councillor, and either public school board trustee or separate school board trustees. To find out if you're an eligible voter, call 306-751-4479 or visit regina.ca/elections. As a public service to our viewers, AccessNow has invited all the officially declared candidates to present a campaign message for airing exclusively on AccessNow TV. The views and opinions expressed in the following campaign messages are those of the candidates. Ward 9 is located in northwest Regina. Its boundaries are Armour Road, Courtney Street, and the city limits on the north, McCarthy Boulevard on the east, the CN rail line on the south, and Fleming Road, city limits, and Regina Bypass on the west. Eligible voters in Ward 9 may elect from the following candidates: Reed Hill. Incumbent Jason Mancinelli. Saad Sadiqwe. Jeff Soroka. Hannes Wilder. Here are the candidates who are able to present their campaign message.
Hello, my name is Reed Hill, and I'm running to be your Ward 9 City Councillor. Northwest Regina has been my home for almost all my life. Raised in the community, my elementary school was McClurg School, and I met my first friends in our ward, built connections with many of its residents over the years. I have many colleagues, family, and friends who call our ward home. This is my home. I'm running in this election as my second city council run, and as I believe in service over self-interest, I believe in the people. As a city councillor, cannot make many large promises, but can serve and work for the people of their ward, something I firmly believe in this council administration have forgotten. There are many ideas I would like to try and bring to our city. Value for the money we put into our city, in making sure that our services are working for us, and the maintenance and issues are resolved in a timely manner, so that when the next tax increase comes, I can justify it to the people and show the value of what we are working for. Our city needs to tackle homelessness, the drug crisis, and underlying issues. We, however, cannot do this alone, and the program required needs support from all levels of government. Property taxes cannot do this alone, but starting to look at this promise made 5 years ago is an important step for the future of so many residents in need of help. Hearing from residents, hiring local and supporting local companies before hiring out projects to different provinces and different countries keeps coming up. Attracting businesses and people to stay in our city is key to growing for the future, as these businesses pay taxes here, grow their families here, and live here. Let's make sure they get first shot at our projects before looking outside. All these are just ideas, and the residents like us are talking about. To remind our city leaders that it is the people like you that chart the course of our city. The only promise to you that I will make is that I will be available, approachable, and open to a conversation. Critical decisions must have the voice of the people behind them, before they are made. I'm committed to holding regular town halls and keeping my lines of communication open with good response time. This is the most direct democracy in Canada and affects our lives the most. This November 13th, let's make our city work for us. Vote Reed Hill for Ward 9, and thank you.
Hi, I'm Jason Mancinelli, and I'm seeking re-election as Ward 9 City Councillor. I'd like to start by thanking Ward 9 residents for the privilege of representing Northwest Regina for the past 2 terms. It'd be an honor to continue serving for the next 4. Our city is facing challenges, growth and change, but we can continue to be one of Canada's most affordable cities. Through smart planning, a logical approach to building a community where families choose to live, businesses invest, and tourists visit. As your councillor, I'll continue to focus on affordability in our community, accountability in City Hall, and hopefully having a council that actually works for you. In Ward 9, I've been actively seeking solutions to many issues and concerns through budget, planning, and corrections to policy work. For example, the numerous missing sidewalks, pathway connections, and landscaping issues. Playgrounds, courts like McClurg, and park updating because our area is starting to be that age. 9th Avenue North from Courtney to Pinkey Road, where safety, access, traffic planning, and landscaping are pretty much a 40-year failure on part of the City of Regina. Pedestrian safety and traffic concerns along Mapleford Gate and other locations. Road infrastructure that has not been maintained on a consistent schedule in various locations, like the stretch from Dalgleish from the tracks to Courtney. A right turn lane off of 9th Avenue on McCarthy when you're heading eastbound. And we have drainage and water issues which are related to deficiencies from the impending Coopertown development. I've been working on these problems, and I'm proud to say that I contribute a lot of time over and above my elected obligations by participating on several boards and committees with the hope of achieving stability and success for our community. I've helped to improve the state of our downtown by increasing public safety, helping to attract hopefully some new commercial and residential developments, and seeking opportunities on the Regina Downtown Business Improvement District Board. As chair of the Audit and Finance Committee, I've pushed for financial accountability, transparency, by forcing administration to provide better reporting and taking responsibilities for outcomes. As chair of the Sherwood-Regina Regional Development Committee, I've helped to bring big investment to Regina to prove the city's financial stability and bring opportunity to the community for the future. Finally, as part of the Regina Moose Jaw Industrial Corridor Committee, I've built relationships and connections to create and enable future growth opportunities for the region. If you have questions, I'm more than happy to chat. Give me a shout at 306-721-1046. You can also join me at a town hall where I'll answer your questions on Tuesday, November 5th at Heritage United Church on Rochdale. For details on my website at ward9votejason.com. I hope I've represented strongly enough and worked hard enough that I've earned your vote once again. Thank you.
To the electorate of Ward 9, I'm Jeff Soroka, and I'm asking for your vote on November the 13th so that I can represent you at City Hall. When elected, the following will form my mandate as your representative. First and foremost, my obligation is to you, the electorate of Ward 9, which I am a part of. I will ensure that any questions or concerns that you have will be responded to in a timely manner. On a broader perspective, I will work at stopping the hemorrhaging of capital expenditures on non-essential projects. We currently have 3 indoor pools and 4 outdoor pools. At a time when basic costs of living have increased remarkably, I can't see the taxpayers being in a position to absorb a tax increase to cover the cost of a $240 million swimming pool. We had 1 football stadium that needed to be replaced, and we still owe $100 million on that loan. Let's pay 1 multi-million-dollar project off before we endeavor on a new one. When elected, I will work on a capital expenditure cap on non-essential projects. If that cap is to be surpassed, the decision on the expense would be made by the taxpayer through a plebiscite. I struggle with the continued financial mismanagement issues brought forward by REAL. It is my understanding that REAL is a marketing arm of the city. What I don't understand is why this marketing group costs so much and keeps asking for more money. To have a $7 to $9 million mistake made by this management team of REAL is unacceptable and needs to have an independent financial review. Could this marketing need not be contracted out for less money? Section 65F of the Cities Act clearly states that it's council's responsibility to maintain the financial integrity of the city. Over the past 4 years, this leadership has failed to enforce the act. I know nothing of the new police chief, but I do know that the executive level of the Regina Police Service had several qualified candidates that could have filled the position of chief, allowing for a seamless transition within senior management. Finally, over the past 4 years, the executive management level of this administration has been fired or quit. In my world, this shows a great deal of instability at City Hall. Allow me to represent you so that we can ensure City Council enforces Section 65F of the Cities Act as they are sworn to do. Please visit my website at jeffsoroka.ca or email me at sorokaward9@jeffsoroka.ca. Thank you, and thank you for your vote on November the 13th.
I'm Tanis Wilder. I'm running for Regina City Council in Regina Northwest, Ward 9. The city needs to get its spending under control and stop financing mega projects using debt. This excessive spending is causing the mill rate on our property taxes to go up 12 to 15%. We elect representatives to take care of our needs, not to make life more difficult. I'm talking to seniors who are on fixed incomes. They cannot afford more tax increases. I'm talking to people who say, I never would have bought this house had I known property taxes were going to go up this much. Meanwhile, basic services that residents expect from the city are not being taken care of. Potholes are left in the street for months, making it unsafe for kids to play outside or ride bikes. I'm sure you have your own story to tell of times when you've reached out to the city to take care of a service and you have not gotten a response. One of the best things that we have happening in Regina's Northwest is the awesome green spaces and pathways. We could extend the use of these areas by adding a little bit of light so that they could be used at night. A story I've heard many times from residents is about a man who was walking his dog, and the dog found a man near death in this dark park. Now, thankfully, the man was able to call 911 to get the man help, but if there would have been a little bit of light, it could have made it a lot safer. Concerns that people bring up over again is around road access and speeding. One example is over in Rosewood in front of Plainsview and St. Nicholas schools. For 7 years, there has only been one road leading in and out of this area, forcing people to do U-turns. Last year, a traffic audit was done and found 850 traffic violations before and after school in just one day. It isn't safe. We need a road out of Rosewood. Our property taxes should be going towards roads and safe streets with traffic controls. I'm Tanis Wilder. I am a North Ender and proud of it. I grew up in this area and chose to raise my family right here in the north end of the city. I am willing to speak out against unnecessary property tax hikes and fight for the services that we need in Regina's Northwest. Help me be your voice for Regina City Council, Ward 9.
Election Day is Wednesday, November 13th. Polling stations will be open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. There are 30 polling locations throughout Regina. If you are unable to vote on Election Day, advance polls will be held at various locations in Regina. Mobile polling and special polls will be available to those who are hospitalized, homebound due to disability, or live in a special care home. For more information, call 306-751-4479 or visit regina.ca/elections.
If you'd like to share your feedback on the program you just watched, contact us today